Hey there everybody, welcome back to another one of my budgeting videos. This is just going to be my weekly update on my digital cash envelopes. I've already filled in expenses or purchases. Oh, sorry, that's the cat. Baby. He wants to be involved but doesn't want to be picked up and cuddled, so he's going to sit just out of range and meow and judge me for not giving him more attention. I mean, forget the fact that he's been on my lap for the last 30 minutes cuddling, which clearly he's protesting. Okay, sorry. Let me try to focus. It's hard to focus on math with a cat nearby, though. Okay, so let's take the back page maybe. Okay, that was just a note to myself about what's an Uber and stuff. I'll move it up there to get it out of the way. So November the 15th, I did deposits into the various sinking funds, and then from them, like miscellaneous, I had these expenses over here where they didn't fall under any of these categories, but when I was shopping, I forgot to split the purchases at the till, so I put everything under here. Like, I paid for everything out of the digital cash envelopes. The money's all sitting on a prepaid credit card. So then I had to figure out how I was paying back that $25.69. So I paid it back out of the miscellaneous fund immediately. I funded it and then I just deducted it out. Yes, and then and then the rest I funded, and then I went away to Edmonton. So I knew for like a good week I wasn't going to be using any of these because I had travel money saved up in a sinking fund that was going to cover all of my expenses in Edmonton. So I just kind of left them in like a pretty good state, I would say. So, I mean, I say that, but on the 15th, that would have been a Friday. I don't have a calendar. I do have a calendar. I lied. Bear with me here. Okay, so the 15th was the Friday, was the payday. So that was the day that I put the money in. But then I did have on the 16th was Saturday, obviously. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. It was a while ago. I went for brunch with a friend who was coming from out of town. I did some grocery shopping on the 17th. And then on the 24th, I did food. Oh, that was the day after I was back from Edmonton. So that's why there's like a really big gap in between the 17th and the 24th. The 17th was me purchasing things to make sure that I had certain food items sort of stockpiled and ready for when I was back from Edmonton. So I had like bread, eggs, milk, sort of like the things that are my priorities to have. Like, I need milk because I drink a lot of tea, bread because I live for toast, like things like that. So I did a quick grocery shopping trip there. And then the November 24th was the day after I was back from Edmonton, and I met up with a friend at Fort Langley, and we just sort of wandered around and looked at the pretty stores, and it's really cute there at Christmas time. And we stopped somewhere to get something to eat. So now that brings me up to my new balances for them. So Striker's money, we're not going to talk about because his money isn't actually kept on the prepaid credit card. It's done separately. And when I was making the columns, apologies for that. I was trying to enter in the column names by memory and I put them in the wrong order. So work parking's kind of faded, but it's okay because I'm working from home right now. So there's nothing in there. So groceries, with the purchase that I did on the 17th, I have $84.80 left. Miscellaneous, because of covering the expenses that I did accidentally on this card, I have $4.31. Fun actually went into a negative of $9.58. Physio has $31.50 because I funded it, and then I had the week that I was away, and then the first week back I wasn't able to get a physio appointment. Well, for the massage therapy, I only have to pay for the cleaning fees of the office space for massage therapy, so that is still fully funded. And transportation has $146.21 in it. So that is bringing us up to date for where we are. And I don't have any other purchases since the 29th. So I'm going to show you the money that I put in when I did my budget for my November 30th paycheck and what our new balances are. And yeah, just bring everything up to date. But I think I was going to use this pen just because I like RJ so much, but I think I'm going to use the blue glitter one. It's the same as on this top one, just to make the balances stand out a little. Or maybe, see, I always doubt myself how I want it to look. No, okay. Bear with me here. So November 30th. Let's see. Striker got $32.50 into his digital money. I know we're not actually talking about his column, but I do track it, so I need to track it for me. Groceries got $0. I don't currently fund work, parking, or takeout because I cannot afford them. Miscellaneous got $30. Fun got $30. Physio got 0, and transportation got 0. If you've watched my budgeting video, you'll know why this is so crazy, but I'll just sort of go over it in a briefer fashion than in that video. So groceries, where this pen's gonna leak if I use it as a pointer. Groceries, I still have $84.80 in the account, and my sister and her partner very kindly for my birthday gifted me a $100 Visa gift card that I could use for whatever I've wanted, and I've decided to put it towards my groceries / household fund. So I just need to make sure that I remember to take that card with me when I go shopping, because I do everything digital with my phone. I wonder if I can load that card to my phone. I don't know. I'll have to look. I haven't opened it yet. It came all packaged and everything. So I technically have $184.80 in this category because that card is exclusively only going to be used the same way that I use my grocery / household fund. I know it's only called groceries, not grocery / household, but I do also use this fund to purchase things like shampoo, conditioner, paper towel, cleaning products, things like that. So it's not just exclusively groceries that this money covers. Miscellaneous and fun, I gave both of them 30. I wanted to get the fun out of the negatives. And I do have, I mean, let's be real, it is December, things happen in December, and so I do actually have 2 activities coming up this week alone that will be funded out of this category. Now, I don't think I'll actually be spending a lot of money to engage in those activities, because one of them is I'm going to a movie, but I already pre-bought the ticket with my scene points, so I didn't have to pay money for the ticket, and really it'll just be if I decide to get a drink at the theater, which admittedly I usually do. And then I'm going to a painting thing for ceramic Christmas trees with a friend as like a Christmas activity, but we've already paid for that as well. And so it'll really just be if we decide to get like a hot drink or something before or after the activity, and I don't know if we will or not, so it's kind of all up in the air, but I wanted to make sure I had money for that in case we did. Miscellaneous is just because there's always seems to be some kind of like a random little thing that needs to be purchased at some point, so I just like to have money set aside for that. But I can combine the two. I will often combine miscellaneous and fun if I'm pulling more from one than the other to help them balance out overall. I'm not done with physio. It's just because it's already fully funded, I don't need to put more money in. I've got money to cover my next 2 appointments. So I decided, because the paycheck for November 30th was smaller than normal because of being away, I just wouldn't put money in it since it was already a fully funded envelope. And transportation has $146.21 in it, and this category is strictly for gas for my hybrid, if I have to pay for parking and things like car washes and whatnot. And that's a lot of money sitting in there, and I don't need to top it up even more. I do need to get gas. I only have about a quarter of a tank, but once I fill that up, it lasts me a really, really long time. It's the beauty of having a hybrid. Like, I cannot express how happy I am with this vehicle. So, you know, I'll fill it up depending on what gas is at the day when I fill it. I'm kind of keeping an eye and hoping it'll go down a little bit. You know, like, yeah, like that'll deduct out of that and probably put it, well, no, it will put it underneath the 100s, but it's still going to be probably at most in the 80s somewhere, which is still plenty to get me through until next payday when I fund it again. So that's why I'm not putting as much money in these categories as usual. And so there's not as many, you know, changes. So let's do the balance. If you're wondering about the negative 10.05 that I just did for Striker's money, it's because I know that I have a purchase for him of $10 and I think it was 5 cents, and I just can't find it anywhere. Like, I can't find the receipt, and I did it like his money is sitting, his digital money is sitting just in my regular checking account, and I can't look at the bank app while I'm filming because you are my phone. So I'm just sort of going by memory of that. I might be a little bit off, but I don't think so. Okay, so So this one didn't change. 84.80. 34.31. $20.42. 31.50 and 146.21. So that is the new balances for my digital cash envelopes. I suppose I should make some kind of a note just to remind myself that the grocery fund actually has that gift card, because we all know that I forget things. Just trying to dig out my sticky notes, sorry. And while I love this pen, it writes kind of really fat and gloopy sometimes, so I'm gonna go back to a regular pen. I've never had one of those gift cards before. Like, I've seen them in the stores, you know, those little, the space where like stores will have a whole bunch of gift cards laid out and you can kind of pick from whatever. I usually buy like store specific cards, and I don't think I've ever actually been gifted one of these like Visa ones that you can just sort of, I'm assuming, use anywhere. Because like, what if I've decided to use it for groceries and then the store doesn't accept it? That is a problem for future me to find out when I'm shopping, I suppose. I'm going to pull it out from where I put it to keep it safe and kind of read all the instructions and everything that come with it, so that the day I go to use it, I'm not kind of caught off guard because maybe I have to activate it or something. I really have no idea. But other than that, I think that they are all updated. I'm not super upset with them, to be honest. I mean, it was a really tight budget because of a lower paycheck because of being away, and I was actually pretty surprised that I was able to make the budget work as well as I was able to make it work. And part of that is because of things like the physio already being funded and me, you know, very regularly putting money into transportation and helping to build it up. So then I do have a week where I don't have to do that. And then this gift card really saved my butt. Like, it really helped a lot, because I usually put $120 into my grocery/household fund every paycheck, and I didn't have to. And that's a huge amount of money to save from having to move into a category and then instead use to put towards just like the regular budget, you know, like bills and stuff. So I'm very grateful for this gift card. It was very unexpected and kind of blew my mind a little, because it's such a big amount, but it came at the perfect timing. So like, I'm very grateful for it. So thank you very much for joining me with this really quick update about my digital cash envelopes and what their new balances are. It's only, December 2nd now, so I haven't done any shopping since these have been entered in. Grocery shopping I usually do on the weekend, but I learned, or at least I seem to be learning, that flyers start on a Wednesday, which is a very weird day for me. So I haven't done my meal planning yet or figuring out what I need to grocery shop yet, only because the flyers aren't out, so I don't know who is having sales on what, and I really want to keep doing the flyer shopping. So that'll be changing the dates for when I do purchases and things like that, but that's fine. It'll all work out. So thank you very much for sticking with me through this budgeting journey. I really do appreciate it. If you are doing any kind of digital cash envelopes or cash envelope spending in any version, like whether it's actual cash or digital or some other way that I haven't even thought of, I'd love to hear about it, and I hope that it's going really well for you. I will talk to you in the next video. Stay safe out there. Bye.